Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, my hair is different, blow dried, flat iron, decided to do something completely different. However, today is my AuthorTube. Yes, I'm very excited about it. I'm actually quite excited about it today because so what I've decided to do is continually posting on Monday, uploading my art tutorial videos on Monday, but then like splitting that in half. Instead of starting a whole new AuthorTube channel, is just uploading another video on Thursday, dedicating it to Fantasy AuthorTube and all things related to fantasy, like world building, like writing, like I don't know, tutorials on writing short stories and flash fiction and etc. whatnot. So awesome, great, excited about it. So today we are actually going to be doing, I'm going to be showing you an art tutorial. Did I say art tutorial? Yeah. Writing, correction. A tutorial on how to world build, how to character develop your characters for a short story or a flash fiction. And interestingly enough, right now I'm working on a flash fiction as well as a short story collection. And that's going to be coming out. My short story serial fantasy is going to be, the first installment is going to be coming out in winter 2021. So I'm very excited about that. I will be putting details about that for you. And yeah, also my Patreon, my new Patreon account is going to be coming out. Will be ready to be posted up and ready to go and ready to be used for next week. Actually, this week. And so you can kind of ride right over there and just start, like, you know, being just, you know, yeah, sharing and, you know, just gonna keep me like helping and donating and whatever you have to do to feel that you think that you can make you feel better about yourself. Well, no, yeah, just to keep my art doing what I'm doing, and you know, because this is a passion of mine. I love art, I love writing, I love, you know, my artistic endeavors. That it just is, I find real comfort in that. So awesome. So to get right off today, I really wanted to show you as far as like the tutorial of writing, and you will hear my kids in the background. I have 7 kids, and yes, yeah, that's just the truth of it. I'm married, have 7 kids, and yeah, it's a rowdy environment, and there's no point, you know, if I can edit as much out as I want, but I'll do the best I can, no promises. So what I would like to do is just kind of show you how I actually approach writing as far as building a story, as far as world building, that sort of thing. Yes. So we are here on my screen, my desktop, and we're going to work our way over to SparkPost, where we're going to be, I've already pulled up some images, pictorial resources from Pinterest, just to kind of show you what we're going to be using for our landscape location, our world building location, and some of our character developmental references. So these actually are the images that I pulled up from Pinterest, as you can see. I hope you can see that okay. So the one here on the top left of this gentleman here, this guy over here, this middle image of like a dragon here. Yeah, so this, that is actually a older, like a 19th century woodcut images of dragons. Top right image, and then the lower right. So we're just going to kind of just briskly go through these just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, how to start off in just doing this. So here we first have the world building location. Like I said, I chose this one from Pinterest. It's a pretty stellar, epic shot of a sinkhole, which I found incredibly fascinating. And these are the type of things that you could actually brainstorm from this image, like who lives there? What is this about? It could be a League of Dragons, secret council of changelings, a portal into another dimension. So those are just like a few ideas of what you can pull from this image, what you can just really get going and fleshing out in your story. If you see what you see what I'm talking about. If you choose a really just amazing, like incredible image that just really just evokes like incredible emotion, you can actually just come with hundreds of different ideas of what your story, your location, your magic systems can be about. And so I'm going on to the next photo here, and this one I picked up of, I really actually liked this photo of this girl, because very rarely like you see actually photos like this of people who actually look like this, who are written in contemporary modern fantasy. And even like if you see on a lot of the Netflix or Amazon Prime, or just boots of like fantasy shows from books. And so from what I see, the possibility of what her character could be, she could be a lady knight, a time traveler, a lady falcon skin changer, etc. And that's actually it's really important to pull up images like people who look like this, who you normally do not see being represented in contemporary fantasy. It's incredibly crucial to think outside the box. And we're at a day and age, 2020, and we're just going to be, and from what I understand, how fantasy genres are evolving, how diversity is just going to be a very big factor in establishing characters and just really just presenting characters in a different light. Thinking outside the box. And a lot of people would say, oh, well, I would never think that she would be these things. Well, that's the whole point of you being in a fantasy writing, just to really push. There are no limits. You can create whatever you want. So this guy here, there's so, on the opposite side of the spectrum, and we have this guy. He's an invalid of some sort. But with this type of character, with this type of image person, you can just pull out all of these things out of the hat, like time traveler, spy, a shapeshifter, a vain king that was put under a curse. Check that out. That's just something that's just whoa. And just pulling things out of the hat. And these are the, I think images like this, that's why it's so good to have a Pinterest board, and to have just develop, like, just, kind of sort out your Pinterest board with character references, with drawings, what have you, because it really helps to just flush out these characters or things that you just like, oh, okay. Because when you actually try to write, stories, characters, that sort of thing, without having pictorial images, sometimes, you can do that. And so a lot of times some of your writings come out great. And other times it's like, I'm stuck. I'm just trying to show you this is a tool to help out. Again, here we have this guy that I came up with, an oracle, an assassin, a dragon rider. So, I mean, you see what I mean? And ordinarily, which is actually incredibly sad, that someone like this, if he walked into, I don't know, like, if you'd see him, like, in a film or whatnot, or a TV show, whatnot, how your eyes actually place a contrasting judgment for someone. It's very sad in this day and age how a lot of people would think that he would be like a background character, or just play a part of a slave or something. I mean, just incredibly tragic. I mean, and so what I'm trying to just present to you, what you're able to, I mean, what you can do with particular types of people, genres of people, and how you can just go so many different ways. And like, seriously, just throw out what you think that you what a person should be because of the way they look. Throw out that, that canonized, just that canonized way of learning of what a character, this character looks like this, so therefore I want to go with that. So, moving on. Now I've moved this over to, okay, so, so we moved over here to my Word document screen, and actually, it's not Word, it's Google Docs, and I like Google Docs because they show you, you're able to choose whatever, from just, like a really good amount of templates, like up to 50 or more templates of what you need to, you can use for, resumes, PowerPoint presentations, what have you. So I thought this was actually a good application to use just to get my point across for what I need to do today for my video. So for this world building location for the sinkhole image that I brought over, as you can see, the title, I'm sorry if you were able to see that, but I'll bring it up again. This location I named is the creation of Saint-Louvet. The creation of Saint-Louvet. That's a name that I made up, a location where I made up, and I'm actually going to be writing as I'm writing right now what this location is about, the significance of this location. And if you want to pause this video and just kind of join me in this exercise, and just to write off your head what this Saint-Louvet is, where is it, what is it about, the particulars and characteristics, that'd be great. Because that'd be, so before I actually put my music, on, so you can actually see what I'm writing, I'm going to be, you're going to see as I'm writing, I'm going to be highlighting some key words, and I'll talk more about that in our next, our part 2 of video of our world building character development for next week, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pause, and I'll see you in a couple minutes.
So we're going to go back into our doc, and I'm going to show you what I have written here. I apologize if you cannot see all of that in the screen. If you want, I can always just link it into the description box below over to my website. So therefore, you can see like the examples of what I'm talking about, and you can download a PDF file of it. So as I'm actually going to read this here, so the creation of Sandalve. Sandalve comes from the ancient translation meaning sand dust, of the light beings of large scale and stature. These gigantic entities were thrusted from the heavens from an unknown location. They solidified a powerful impact into the realm of Unek. For 3,000 years, they established a unique, oh my gosh, my mouse is not moving. My apologies. They established a unique civilization of borrowing materials from the underlay of the soil. Gradually, their internal senses became like a soft magic ability, second nature to them. Who lives there now? It is now a place for an entry portal to surpass into another dimension. However, that belief has been cast to only a rumor and myth. Some say that it is similar to that of a stargate. There once was a bustling habitation of anointed beings of high elect degree of supreme magic. However, now only leopards and deformed outcasts with strange eccentricities abide there. So, what I've done is that I've gone through and I have highlighted it, some the keywords such as borrowing, soft magic ability, stargate, anointed, sorry if I'm actually, stargate, anointed, and deformed. And you'll see as it's coming up what I'm doing. So with these words that I found in my, my writing that I just wrote, I just created this, a foundational premise of what this location is. Just the tip of the iceberg of this world. Borrowing, soft magic ability, stargate, anointed, and deformed. And you'll see the highlights coming up in a few seconds. So with these words and highlighting words like this, these are words that are going to tell you and show you how you can take your story and just run with it. It gives you clues of, borrowing, soft magic ability. What could that mean? And it's absolutely endless. The amount of things that you could actually do with these words. Your stories can go in every direction possible. There really is no restriction. And it just enables you just to create a fluid story. So understand this. There's really not a prescriptive way of doing this. You have a choice when you world build your locations, your world, your magic systems, your mythical creatures, whatnot, and you do your character development for your characters, whatnot. There's really not a precise way of writing your Paris. You have to do it by writing out bulletproof points, whatnot. You can do it any way that you feel the need to do it, any way that you feel it's going to be comfortable to flesh out your ideas, to flesh out your stories, to flesh out your characters, flesh out those locations. But it's really important though to really just, when you flush it out in the beginning with your image, you find a great looking image, and like I've shown you the examples that I actually picked out in Pinterest. Something that really invokes emotion, something that really invokes mystery, which is really important, invoking mystery and invoking emotion. Those are my kids in the background, sorry about that. And from that, you're able to pull and build a very rich subtextual location that can very well exist. Something that's very palatable and tangible. As you saw, one of the pictures that I picked out of the girl, the really pretty one, picking up, pictures of someone who's just like, meh, like average looking next door. I mean, you can do that. And that actually creates like the gray man type of complex where, if you pick someone that's like very average then blends in, I mean, that is a great way of like creating a character that things that are just greatly, just has a lot of mystery to, a lot of underlaying, because you really wouldn't know that person had that unless, that's actually a very positive point of creating gray man characters. Whereas when you have someone like characters with that invoke something that are really, someone who's really like attractive, whatnot, yes, it's going to be much easier pulling and fleshing out from those characters, from those locations, those places. So I mean, there are different methodologies of doing that. Is like picking up a picture of someone who's average looking, and you can create it. It's fair game. It's like a clean palette. You would never know that person actually was like that, greatly mysterious, or choosing the picture of someone who just is an obvious candidate of like these really piercing, amazing, these eyes that just like kind of glow at you, look at you directly into your soul. So I mean, those are just some like tips just to keep in mind when you're world building, when you're creating a development mental for characters. Now for next week, we're going to continue this this tutorial because I really want to get into depths of like just different types of characters, different types of ways of just building your story, and different, as far as on your document, or just presenting it into a Bible type of form, and what other like programs to use for creating your Bible. Okay, got you guys. It was so much fun doing this video. I'm really happy about doing this video. I'm really excited about doing this video. This subject, I'm just kind of really just tapping into the world building fantasy genre. So happy to have you guys. I will see you guys next week. Have a great day. Bye.